The sweet smell of chocolate and sweat is in the air. A bunch of deformed boxers all over the place. And yep, I just saw a pink tracksuit go by. It's gotta be the WVBA season again. And for those who don't know, that's the official boxing league of Punch-Out. And it's been such a long time since Punch-Out graced us, people. Such a long time indeed. I'm glad to say it was worth the wait. This third in the series actually takes players back to the beginning, where they will once again don the green shorts of Little Mac, a little man with big dreams becoming the boxing champ. And as always, he's accompanied by his trainer, Doc Lewis, who is knowledgeable but chocolate obsessed, and apparently is a representative for the Nintendo Fun Club. Oh, I mean Club Nintendo. Together, they must traverse the minor, major, and world circuits, defeating every boxer in the way as well as their respective champions, for Little Mac to become the grand champion of the WVBA. Not a short order, if you excuse the pun. Well, that's it pertaining to a storyline for Punch-Out, and quite frankly, that's more than enough. This is a boxing game, not a strategy game. I want white-knuckle madness. I want challenging opponents. I want star punches, for goodness sake, and Punch-Out indeed delivers. Now, there are two ways to fight the good fight. One is to turn the Wii remote on its side and use it just like an NES controller, with the 1-2 buttons being the 1-2 punches, the A button being the star punch, and you know the rest. Of course, if you want to be a more interactive player and like exercising, then just plug in the nunchuck to your Wii remote and throw jabs and uppercuts just like Little Mac on the screen. Of course, you have to hold in certain buttons to do the various punches with the Wii remote and nunchuck controls. I don't think you'll have but so much trouble with them. And I'll say this for sure, it's definitely easier to regain your stamina or get off the mat with the Wii remote and the nunchuck than without it. A definite plus in its corner. They also have a secondary option to use the Wii balance board for your main source of ducking and dodging. But seriously, it's an interesting gimmick, but that's all it is. It's really not that important. But anywho, once you get done with that, you can move on to career mode, exhibition mode, and head-to-head mode. Now, career mode is where you're going to spend a lot of your time at, where you guide Little Mac from all the fighters he must face, from the classically wimpy Glass Joe to the king and champ of everything, Mr. Sandman. Even after you give Mr. Sandman his walking papers, the whole career mode turns itself on its ear when you enter title defense, where you, as the champ, must now defend your said championship from all the fighters you've beaten down during your career mode. They're bigger, they're badder, they got better techniques, and they all want your belt and your blood in a quick-like fashion. Nice work, Nintendo. Real nice. Now, exhibition mode allows you to fight all the previous fighters you've already beaten, but it also serves two more purposes. It also acts as a pseudo-practice mode, so if you're getting ready for a next matchup with a boxer that you have no idea how to beat, it allows you to practice with a virtual training dummy and an invincible helmet, so you can get all your moves ready so when the real fight begins, you know what you're dealing with and how to take care of it. This mode also gives challenges for every defeated boxer, all coming in threes, and they're usually varied depending on the boxer's strengths and weaknesses, like you can throw a number of punches or beat them in a certain time limit, that sort of thing. If you complete all three of their challenges, you get to unlock their music and their sound bites or whatever. Little small, interesting things. The rewards may be piddly, but the challenges are not. They will test even the most hardcore of Punch-Out fans to the very brinks of their skills and sanity. Trust me. Now, head-to-head is your standard versus match for two players. It has no online capabilities, but that's okay. And for those who don't think that's okay, you really need to get their heads examined. But anyway, In head-to-head mode, it's 2 players against 2 mechs, like I said. But it's not just between skill and time. There's also a little trick to it. When one player does better than the other in scoring blows, they earn special energy. And when they get enough special energy, they can turn their little mech into
Gigasmack, a hulking mass of destruction that rains death from above.
for at least about maybe 15 seconds. Gigasmack may be big, strong, intimidating, and, well, Gigas, but he's not invincible. In fact, a lot of his attacks can be avoided by a smart little mech. But don't get it twisted. You will feel the pain eventually. You don't know when, you don't know where, but it's gonna come. One of the advantages of being the incredible
Gigasmack.
Thanks to the addition of this element, it turned a potential humdrum versus mode into something truly and uniquely Punch-Out. I gotta say, throughout this game, I've impressed. I mean, really impressed. Ever since the Wii came out, I've been its staunch defender from the slander thrown at it as it being not a system for hardcore gamers. There are plenty of games out there for said gamers. They just don't take the time to look for them. But Punch-Out, there is no more excuses. There is no more whining. This game is about as hardcore as a gamer's going to get for the Wii. You go and pick it up. This game is so good that I decided to save you all my usual spiel about how good a game is and just give it a platinum right now. There's too many good things about this game to avoid it any longer. So, I'm the one true Omni Gamer, and that's all I gotta say about that. Go get this game.